In this video, we're going to walk through every stage of actually falling in, what your body feels the moment you cross the point of no return, and what's waiting at the very end. Because the answer to that last question is something science still can't explain, and we're going to get as close to it as anyone ever has. Most people picture a black hole as just darkness, but the closer you get, the more wrong that picture becomes. From a distance, it's almost deceptively calm. There's a perfectly dark sphere at the center, no light, no reflection, nothing. Wrapped around it is a blazing disk of superheated gas and dust, spiraling inward. It's called an accretion disk, and it can outshine entire galaxies, even though the black hole itself is completely dark. As you get closer, the light around you starts behaving in ways that would make even a seasoned test pilot do a double take. Stars that should be behind the black hole are suddenly visible in front of it, bent into arcs and rings around the darkness. That's gravity bending the actual path of light, not a trick of the atmosphere, not instrument error. The mass is so extreme, it's warping the geometry of space itself. Physicists call it gravitational lensing, and NASA has used this effect to observe galaxies billions of light years away. It's real, it's confirmed, and it's extraordinary. Closer still, that accretion disk is blazing at tens of millions of degrees, thousands of times hotter than the surface of our own sun, throwing off more energy than most stars produce in their entire lifetimes. This isn't space anymore. Space out here has a shape, and the black hole is what's bending it. You haven't crossed any boundary yet, but the rules are already changing, and the next one to break involves time itself. What if time isn't passing at the same rate for everyone right now? According to physics, it isn't, and nowhere is that more extreme than near a black hole. The closer you get, the more time itself slows down for you, relative to someone watching from a safe distance. Einstein predicted this over 100 years ago in his theory of general relativity, and we've confirmed it with precision instruments right here on Earth. GPS satellites have to account for gravitational time dilation just to keep accurate positioning. Without that correction, your navigation would drift by miles per day. The effect is real. Imagine someone tracking your descent from a distance. Say the way Mission Control in Houston watched every Apollo capsule re-enter. From their perspective, you'd appear to slow down as you got closer to the black hole, your image shifting redder and dimmer until you looked frozen just above the boundary, fading out like an old photograph. But from your perspective, nothing unusual. Your heartbeat is normal. Your watch is running normally. You're just falling. You can't perceive the time dilation from inside it. Only an outside observer can see it. Two people, same event. Time physically passing at different rates for each of them. Not a theoretical quirk, an actual feature of how the universe is built. And you're still falling, straight toward the one boundary in the universe that nothing can come back from. So what actually happens the moment you cross the point of no return? At some point, you'd cross what's called the event horizon. This is the boundary, the point of no return. There's nothing physically there, no wall, no instrument reading, no alarm. If you're falling into a large enough black hole, you'd cross the event horizon without feeling anything unusual at all. Nothing explodes. Nothing announces itself. You might not even know it happened. What changes is more fundamental than any physical sensation. Before you cross, every possible path through space-time, every direction you could fly, every burn you could make, includes at least some routes that lead back out. After you cross, none of them do. Every path forward leads deeper in. It's not a matter of thrust or velocity or willpower. The geometry of space-time itself has closed off the exit. Think of it like a one-way valve, except the valve is woven into the structure of reality, not a wall, a point where the future only runs in one direction. Every rocket engine ever built, every escape plan ever conceived, none of it matters anymore. And somewhere past that boundary, things are about to get a lot worse. You're past the point of no return, still falling, and the black hole hasn't finished with you yet. So what does it actually do to your body? And this is where it gets physical. Gravity doesn't pull on you evenly. It pulls harder on whatever part of you is closest to the center. If you're going in feet first, The gravitational force on your feet is measurably stronger than on your head. Meanwhile, gravity from the sides is pressing inward, compressing you laterally. The net result? You get stretched lengthwise and squeezed sideways, longer and thinner with every passing moment. Physicists call this spaghettification. And yes, that is the actual technical term used in peer-reviewed physics literature. Whether this happens before or after you cross the event horizon depends on the size of the black hole. For a smaller black hole, the tidal forces are so extreme at the boundary that you'd be torn apart before you ever crossed it. For a supermassive black hole, we're talking millions to billions of solar masses. The forces at the event horizon are comparatively gentler, gentle enough that you cross intact. The spaghettification happens deeper inside as you continue falling toward the center. Either way, the outcome is the same. Your body gets stretched into a thin stream of particles flowing toward the core. This is not a survivable situation, but what those particles are falling toward, that's the strangest part of all. Every stage of this journey has had an answer. Physics could describe it, measure it, confirm it. But now, for the first time, it can't. So, what's actually at the center? General relativity predicts something called a singularity. A singularity is the point where the equations give out entirely. Density goes infinite. The curvature of space-time spikes off the charts. The mathematics that accurately describes everything else in the observable universe, the same math behind GPS, orbital mechanics, every rocket trajectory NASA has ever flown, starts producing results that are physically meaningless. That's not a dramatic prediction. It's a flag in the ground saying the theory has hit its limit. What it's really telling us is that we need a more complete framework, one that combines general relativity with quantum mechanics. Physicists have been working toward that unified theory for decades. Some of the best scientific minds in the world, including researchers at NASA, Caltech, MIT, and the Perimeter Institute, are actively working on it right now. We don't have it yet. The honest answer to what's at the center of a black hole is this: we don't know. It could be a true singularity. It could be something quantum mechanics would describe in an entirely different way. We have no way to observe it from the outside, and no theory complete enough to describe it from the inside. That's not a failure. That's the frontier. The most powerful equations humans have ever written, and they stop working right here. Everything outside the event horizon, the gravitational lensing, the time dilation, the accretion disk, has been tested, confirmed, and in some cases, directly imaged. In 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope produced the first actual photograph of a black hole's shadow. In 2015, LIGO detected gravitational waves from two black holes colliding, a signal that traveled over 1 billion light-years to reach detectors here on Earth. The physics of the exterior is solid. The interior is where the certainty ends. Once something crosses the event horizon, it's gone from the observable universe. Whatever happens past that boundary, whether information is truly lost forever, whether the singularity is real, what the final state of matter looks like at the center, these are open questions being actively debated by the best physicists alive. We went from the Wright brothers to the moon in 66 years. We went from blurry telescope images to photographing the shadow of a black hole in a single lifetime. And the next breakthrough, the unified theory that finally explains what happens inside, could come from anyone, anywhere, at any time.